Boys, get back to work. Boys, we've talked about this already. If you're not going to work, I'm going to fire you. What is this, boys? It's pretty nice. What are you doing with it?
30 seconds.
30 seconds for what?
To accessorize it. Go.
Hey, I needed that.
No paycheck for you, Kev.
But my family.
Don't care. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you enjoy watching our content, show us some love by liking the video, and ring the bell to make sure you get notified whenever we drop new content. We appreciate you all. Stay. What's going on, you guys? My name is Cisco, and today we are going to be talking about how to trick out your boomstick. In today's age in Airsoft, there are a million and one different accessories that you can accessorize your gun with, and it can be very overwhelming when it comes time to choose what's right for you. So today we're going to be asking a few different questions that will help guide you to choosing the right accessories. Now, when it comes to accessories, there are normally two ends of the spectrum: how functional the accessory is and how cool the accessory is. Some players might want to just accessorize their gun with what they need, and other players might want to accessorize the gun to make it look super cool without really thinking about the performance. But majority of the players are going to be somewhere in the middle. So the first question you're going to ask yourself is, what are you building the gun for? Are you going to be playing hardcore SpeedQB? Are you going to just be a casual player going both indoors and outdoors? Or are you going to go hardcore MilSim 3-day event? So the gun I had in front of me is a Mark 18, and this gun is actually very popular because of how versatile it is in both CQB and outdoor environments. It's also very popular in the MilSim community due to its widespread use in the military. Now, the first question you should be asking yourself is, what is your target and how far will you be shooting? Now, do you find yourself further back into the field shooting at targets at very long distances, or do you find yourself indoors CQB and you need to get a quick target acquisition at an enemy that just popped around the corner? These questions are very important to helping you choose what optic. So I chose the NC Star Cantilever red, green, and blue dot sight because it has a very wide field of view. So when I'm shooting out into the field, I'm able to scan the field easily for any extra targets, but it still has a very small dot for me to get on target quickly and shoot really close indoors. And because it has 3 different lighting systems or lighting colors in the 3 different brightnesses, I'm able to choose exactly what I need for any lighting scenario. So in terms of functionality, this optic does exactly what I need, but in terms of looks, it's not really accurate to the time period that the Mark 18 comes from. If I were going to be accurate to the gun itself, I'd probably choose an LCAN style sight or a holographic style sight. But the optic does come in tan and it does blend in with the gun itself and the other accessories. Now, looking into the stock, there are going to be 2 questions that you're going to want to ask yourself. How comfortable do you want the stock to be, and how much battery space do you want? Typically, guns are going to be wired to the rear just to avoid having any exposed wires outside of the gun. The gun itself did come with a crane stock, which does give you a lot of battery space and is very comfortable on the cheek weld. However, for me personally, I'm a bigger guy. I do find it quite bulky and it does interfere with my gear when I'm trying to manipulate the weapon itself. So I decided to go with the Ranger Army minimalist style stock because I'm able to fit a smaller LiPo style stick battery into the buffer tube and run that the entire day without having to change it out. And the stock itself does give me the comfort of a full stock with a nice cheek weld, but does give me the smaller profile so I'm able to manipulate the gun much easier. Now, in terms of functionality, I do get everything that I need from this stock. Like I said, it does give me the comfortable cheek weld, and I am able to adjust it for the length of pull. But in terms of look, it's not really accurate to that Mark 18, just like we were comparing with the optics. So I should have stuck with the crane stock if I wanted to be correct, but I honestly really like the way that this minimalist style stock looks, and suck it. That's why I like it. And
hey man, like, I don't think it's wise to piss off the audience like that.
Hey, put your own stock on it. How about that? Now let's talk about lasers. Do you need them in Airsoft? Probably not, but they're really cool, and they can get a little bit of function. So I decided to go with the Bravo PEC 15 flashlight and laser combination. It does have a green laser, white light, and you can go infrared on both. So in real firearms and airsoft, it's actually quite difficult to zero the laser in to where your BBs or bullets are really going. So instead, you can use your laser as a laser pointer to point out enemies to your teammates. So if you really wanted to go through the trouble of zeroing the laser as an infrared laser to use with nods, good luck. Just good luck. Bruh. In terms of functionality, the PEC box, it has its purpose. But overall, looks-wise, I do believe it completes the look of the gun. It makes it look very flush, and it just, makes it feel hefty, I guess is the word I want to say. It is kosher correct for all the milsimmers out there, but that's probably the most kid correct thing that we've reviewed so far. Now getting into the flashlight.
Wait, but Cisco, you already have a flashlight on your PEC box. Why are you running another one?
So I really like to have a dedicated white light for blinding enemies and spotting enemies, and then the light on the PEC box is more for navigation.
Wait, but you can just do that already with the PEC box.
Blinding enemies, not tripping in the dark.
But Cisco,
blinding enemies, not tripping in the dark. So the flashlight that I chose is going to be the Element M3X Tactical Light. Now this is a dedicated white light, like I said before, for blinding enemies and spotting enemies. This light does do a very good job of projecting a beam, and when using it in CQB, it's actually a very essential tool because you'll be able to blind your enemy and gain the upper hand. The 1 to 2 seconds that they're disoriented is the chance for you to shoot your enemy and, take them out. Now going back to the PEC 15 flashlight, it does do a very good job of navigation and lighting up the room, and you can use it as a tactical light, honestly, but it doesn't have a good job of throwing the beam like the dedicated white light does. On the left side of the gun, I do have the TAC-9 dual pressure switch to activate both the laser and the flashlight individually. Not the PEC box flashlight, but the individual flashlight. So I could do laser, flashlight. I don't have any batteries in there, but laser, flashlight.
Wait, but I thought you said you didn't use a laser.
Laser, flashlight. And the last question you should be asking yourself is, how comfortable is it holding the gun? Specifically the front handguard. With all of these accessories, it does get a little bit heavy, and we typically recommend some type of vertical grip or angle grip for you to help support the weight and get a comfortable grip on the gun. I chose to use the Fortis Angle Shift Grip, the short model, for this gun because it does give me a very comfortable C-clamp style grip while putting my thumb in the natural position to activate the pressure switch. The Fortis Shift Grip is made out of aluminum and is skeletonized, so I know that it is very lightweight, but I'll also be able to take a beating. In terms of functionality, I do recommend 100% for you guys to use a vertical grip or an angled grip. It just gives you a better stable platform for you to hold, and it helps with the muscle memory for you to grab the gun exactly at the same place each time for you to manipulate the gun the same way. In terms of looks, I do like the styling of the Fortis Shift Grip. I do think it's very unique and looks very different from other angled grips or vertical grips that I've seen on the market, but it doesn't match the time correct kid kosher whatever. It's cool. That's what matters. I like it. Now let's get into mock suppressors. Do you really need them? Probably not, but you can get more functionality out of it than you think. The mock suppressors can come in handy by hiding the inner barrel. If you wanted to run a longer inner barrel, the mock suppressor will do so very easily compared to having to change out the rail system and the outer barrel to a longer one. You can easily just thread on the mock suppressor and you'll be able to hide that inner barrel comfortably. Now, one of the things that most players overlook is the quality of the sound when shooting the gun. When you have a normal flash hider, it gives you more of a crack or like a popping noise, but using a mock suppressor changes the sound profile and gives you a different tone or quality to it. It doesn't make it quieter, but it's very different and it adds a very unique tone to the gun that most people overlook. Now, in terms of functionality for this Mark 18, out of the box, it did come with a 4-inch extension, and the inner barrel does actually run through halfway of the suppressor. So it does cover up that inner barrel, and it's cool. It's a mock suppressor. This was correct to the Mark 18, so it's kosher. All right, you guys, that wraps it up for how to choose accessories for your airsoft gun. I know I didn't go over every accessory out there, but I hope what I said makes sense and will come in handy when it comes time for you to accessorize your airsoft gun. Let me know what type of accessories you already run in the comments below. I'm down there and I hope to see you there. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe for more content. We are uploading every Mondays and Fridays, so stay tuned for that and we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Wait, you forgot to tell us what kind of gun. What gun is that?
Stay tuned. Stay tuned if you want to find out.
Come on, man, just tell us what.
Stay tuned! Bottle of BBs, $15. Vism gun bag, $20. GI Custom, $600. Dead Rag. Well, technically they're free, but $0. Shooting your friends without getting arrested? Priceless. There are some things money just can't buy. But for everything else airsoft, there's Wombo Combo.